Hello, this is Grandma Jan from Red Toad Art Studio. And today we are going to attempt to do a magazine surreal collage. I've only done one or two of these and I'm not very good at it. I don't think I have the right imagination. But we're going to try because I want to learn how to do this. So maybe we both can learn something today. What started this is I was going through some pictures that I had stashed away. Didn't even know what I had in there. I found this box of pictures that I forgot I had. And I ran across this guy. Now, doesn't he look neat? I mean, talk about character and, well, what you can do with it. So I decided I needed to make one of these paper dolls that everybody's making out of magazine pictures. So I kept thinking, what would be a good body for him? And a lot of people use bottles or glasses as the body, and I thought about that. And while I was looking for a suitable glass, I ran into this. And I actually haven't seen anyone do this yet, but a fish body. And when I saw that, I knew I had to finish this thing off. And I was looking for legs then, and I found this picture of a girl in a magazine, and I cut her legs off. Now I haven't cut it all out because I want to be sure I keep both legs, and there's some space in between here. But legs there, actually it'll fit under there. I'll probably cut that off, I'm thinking. And then my character, whatever you want to call him, was laying on a piece of scrapbooking paper. And it was a piece that had sea scenes on it, and it had shells and things. And his head was laying on one of these. And I thought, gotta do that. He has to have this headdress on. And then I thought he has to have some kind of backing. And I had several pieces of sea pictures and scrapbooking paper that were the sea, the water. And I laid him on that, but considering he's partly blue, they just didn't show up well. So I kept looking until I found this light blue sheet. And I think this is the best thing I've got. So I'm going to try to put it on this. And now he needs something to stand on. And another piece of scrapbooking paper was rocks. So I think some of those rocks that were cut out of the scrapbooking paper is just what I need here. And now I have to come up with some kind of arms. And I think I'm going to use butterfly. A big butterfly arms out here. Should we try it? Let's go for it. And I also think there should be maybe something else by him. Maybe a bird or a penguin or who knows. But let's start out. First, I need to cut this to size. And this is my template that fits in my book. I'm going to make the marks on the other side so it doesn't show. And cut it to size. There we go. Now these little curves, to me, that look like waves, I need to decide what direction I want them to go. I think this way. So I need to get my book and find a place to put it in here. This is the one I've been putting all my larger pieces in. Right here is a page we can use. Let's see if this fits. That will fit just right. So, let's go ahead and glue our background on. You know, I think I'll just add my glue to this page. Just using. All right. Right side up. Let's use our pot scraper and move out any bubbles from the middle to the outside. Let's sprayer it. And flip it over and do the same thing. Now, I had found these rocks I wanted to put along the bottom, and I think that should be done next. Right along there, and let's ink around the edges of our rocks. I don't know how I was lucky enough to have scrapbooking paper that had such great rocks in it. In fact, let me show you the set. Look, this scrapbooking book pad that I got these papers out is called Outdoors Designer Paper, done by Collage. Now, I've had this paper for several years, and I don't know if it's still made or not, but it's perfect for this kind of thing. There's wood and rocks and sand and water and weeds. It's just great, and I happen to have that in my stash. I hardly ever used it, and it was a perfect thing. All right. I want this to fit just like this. So we need to put this one on first. See if we can get our glue on here. And our lone rock. Now, if you've been with me for any of my videos, you know I'm just learning to collage. And I'm hoping you're going on a trip with me and we're learning together. So I am just trying things and really not knowing what I'm doing. You can probably tell that too. Oops. Let's pick that up and come over a little bit. There we go. But maybe you can pick up a few hints or see the mistakes I make and do better. All right. Now I need to find my head. I don't know where my head is. They say it's best to divide it up in thirds. Can you kind of see if this was divided in thirds like this? And your object or your person should be on one of those lines. I think I'm going to put whatever this is, here. Let's see, feet. I'm going to have to cut these out. And we've got to figure out arms. I've got to find some butterfly wings. I had thought when I had a picture like this of cutting this hat out and putting it on him, but when I found this, I thought, oh wow, this would look so much neater for a headdress than a hat. After all, he's not really a human, is he? I don't know what he is. But I have this book. I think one of my grandkids gave this to me. 400 Animals, Reusable Stickers. And I found a butterfly, this butterfly. Don't you think this butterfly will make perfect arms? Yeah. So I'm going to cut these around these and cut it in half so that it'll come out to his sides as arms. Yes, I like those. This looks like he's got extra eyes in his wings. Maybe he does. And while we're cutting, let's cut out these legs. They're cut out well there, but down the middle of them, I need to take out some paper. Now I think I will ink these around the edges. That takes away any white that might be left by the paper. We'll try it. Okay, ink around the legs. Okay. And let's ink around the wings. I'm using Vintage Photo, Tim Holtz Distress Inks. This is my favorite ink. See? All right. While I'm at it, I'm going to ink these. There's the headdress. Let's do the head. the body. And I'm going to cut the tail off. And keep it. I have an idea for that tail. So we'll smooth off the cut here. I don't know if this will work, but we'll try it. And ink the tail. I'm wondering if this might be neat to add to the headdress. Right there. Yes, I think I'll do that. Well, we better start putting this creature together. We need to come up with a name for him. I'm not sure what to call him. Let's see. Let's just move some of these things. I think the feet have to go down first because this goes over the feet. Right? Okay, let's get these feet glued down. And with this magazine paper, you have to treat it so gently. Look at that, I almost tore it. There is such a difference in working with scrapbooking paper and magazine paper. It's so flimsy and fragile. It wasn't made to do the things we make it do. Here we go. Have the butterfly wings here ready to put on as soon as we get glue on our body piece. Yeah. Just pull them out like this and let's glue the back of this. And easy with this, we don't want to tear our body. It'd be hard to find something to replace it. Okay. Try to Okay, let's stick it under. The backing had to come off of the sticker. Let's do this side too. There we go. Now we're ready to work on the head. Let's see. Let's put a little bit of glue right here on the tip and glue this to the head. Like that. So, Let's not glue the head down yet. Let's glue this. I think these three should be pointed up. See if we can get this under here. And we might need to snip a little bit of that off. Let's just cut a little bit of this off here. And glue our head. I wish I had 2 or 3 of these heads to play around with. Does that look about right? There we go. Now, we have some decisions to make. Should I doodle around him of black lines? I think maybe he needs that in order to stand out and unify him. But I'm honestly afraid I'll mess it up by doing that. But you know, if we don't try, we never find out, do we? He is definitely a different creature. Nice sharp pen. And here we go. I may run it. I have learned it helps when I want to outline it. Don't try to outline it on the image as much as on the paper it's glued to. It seems to be easier to do it that way. If you go on the image, it's okay, but it's hard to stay on that image. It's easier to follow the edge around. There. That helped a lot, didn't it? And I think maybe a little bit of outlining on the rocks. There we are. Make this a little darker here. Nice dark shadows. Okay. It needs something else. I think I'll put something here, maybe a bird in the sky. Do we need any white marks? I don't know. I have some jelly roll pens, and And I wonder if marking some waves in would work. I'm going to experiment on this paper. It might do just enough to set the waves off. I don't even know if you can see that, but I'm going to add a little bit on these waves right in here. When I get done gluing, I really kind of want to quit because I'm always afraid I'll run it. I don't know if you can see that, but I can. So I guess in the end, it's what we see in person that counts. I don't know. And one right in here. There's one here. I'm following lines that's already in the paper. Just emphasizing them a little. Okay. I think that's all I'll do. I think we'll add something sitting on that rock. Let's see if we can find something like a penguin. Maybe my book will have one. Ah! Look, right here, a penguin. I think we'll put him right on the rock, maybe right here next to him. We'll put him right down here. What do you think? I don't know. I'd like some words in the sky, but I don't know what words would fit there. Like, who are you? Take me to your leader. What can we do to finish that up? Maybe we need some kind of edging. All right, these are Tim Holtz's ideology, small talk. Little stickers. And they're a little small for this, but I think this one is perfect. If you're lucky enough to be different, never change. It also has look on the bright side. So I think look on the bright side. If you're lucky enough to be different, never change. I think we'll put that on this. But I do feel like something needs to be put along this edge too. So let's take a look for that before I put those on. All right, I have 2 or 3 possibilities here. I'm just not sure. Here's the blue with the waves in it that could go along the edge, but it doesn't really match any of the blues that's here. Here's a black and white image that could go around the edge. Or here's a blue tape with little fishies on it. I don't know how that will look. You know, one thing with washi, we can put it on, and if we don't like it, we could take it off. Shall we try one? Like right across the top there? Well, I don't know if that shows up enough on camera to really show what it looks like. But I think I will finish putting that around the edge. And let's put our words in. And what do you think? Maybe a seagull flying somewhere in the sky. But let's see what it looks like with these. If I can find them again. Look on the bright side. I don't want to fasten these down yet. See if we can just lay it lightly there. Look on the bright side. If you're lucky enough to be different, never change. And I want to cut that right there. If you're lucky enough to be different. We want our writing up the right side up, don't we? Never change. What do you think about putting that there? And maybe a little bird up here. There we go. I'm looking for a seagull. I think maybe my sticker book will have a little seagull. I think I remember seeing one there. There's all kinds of things in here. Ah, a bunch of seagulls right here. I think this guy. Now, I must say, I don't think I've achieved yet what I see so many do, but then I'm just learning. And I'm very much a realist person, so it really have to work to make up critters like this. Let's see, it seems like I should have something here. What do you think I should do here? Actually, I still feel like we're missing some arms coming down maybe here. Maybe I should go look. That might finish it off. What do you think? I'll be right back. I'm back after looking through my few pictures of men. I have a lot more pictures of women than men. And I'm wondering if this guy's arms would work. It would have been better if I had known that before I glued him together, but let's give it a try. Sorry, guy. I'm going to steal your arms. Let's see if there's any chance. If we cut them so they spread out on the side, but then they won't be crossed. Because they won't be crossed if I pull them apart, which I was thinking I could do. All right, I'm going searching again. We might get a man's arms in here. I don't know. Ah, what would he look like with pink arms? They're kind of big. Let's keep looking. We could come back to him. I wonder about him. We could put something in his hands. Let's try it. We may not do it, but we'll never know. It might. Well, sorry, guy. Let's cut this out of his hands. Let's cut it off there. And what could we have in his hand? Yes, I think it helps to have arms on him. And he definitely needs something in his hands. What about a cell phone? Even the people, the critters that are lucky enough to be different, are hooked on their cell phones. Let's see if I can find one of those. I'm back. I found this tiny little cell phone. Need to cut it out. And that will go in his hands. There we go. Let's glue that down. Let's see. You never know where these are going to go, do you? Keep adding here and there, and you may do too much, or you may not do enough. See if we can fit that here. Make it look like it belongs. And let's glue the phone down before we glue his hand down. There we go. Now I do need to outline around the arms, since we outlined there. Yeah, that finishes him off. See if I can do this. Okay, there we are. It's all done except for sealing it and getting rid of this wrinkle here. Let's do another wrinkle thing. Okay, there it is. Time to seal it. Now, you can quit here if you want, not worry about sealing. And I may do that someday, not worry about sealing, because I see a lot of people just store them without sealing them. But I feel like at this point in my journey, I still feel like I want to seal it. So I'm going to get some water and my Mod Podge. Here's my water, my Mod Podge brush, and my Mod Podge. I will put this on, and then in about 15 minutes I will give it another go over with the brayer, and then I'll put heavy books on it. I have my Mod Podge in a bottle here that makes it easy to squeeze out. Especially since I put older washi tape on here that I don't think will hold well. I feel like I need to seal this. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes and it is dry to the touch. So I'm going to give it a last go with the brayer. And there we are. In a couple hours I will put heavy books on this, and that will eliminate most of the wrinkles that might form while it's drying. I don't see any wrinkles right now, and it looks great. But sometimes they form later. There we go. Well, I have really had fun making this creature. I don't know what he is, but remember, look on the bright side. If you're lucky enough to be different, never change. Maybe a collage will be made of you. And I hope this has inspired you to try your own crazy creatures and see what you can come up with. Bye-bye for now.